think we are. I hope it's recording. Okay. So good morning, Judy. This one. So today, Hal is busy. He's in the class, so I'm managing the recording. I hope it's going okay. When Rebecca and Dan are busy, I think a lot of people have some birthday or graduation parties to go to. So I'm just recording this so we can upload on YouTube for anyone who is watching us and practicing. So this is my, highlight of the week where I come and practice. And so I thought, okay, I'll record it. Sometimes I think, should I really? I think we have enough sessions on YouTube, and I thought, should I or should I not continue? Because I go on a conference a lot this year too. But I thought, okay, since I'm doing it, I'll do it. And whoever would like to follow and practice with us on YouTube, they can too. So anyway, I thought about talking. I picked the topic for today, focusing on how mindfulness help our immune system. So, how does a healthy mind help our immune system? With Judy, I think it's just the two of us talking together. So,
healthy mind to me, for sure you have positive energy. And when you have positive energy, you have better immune, I think. Because when you have bad energy or bad or sadness or stressful, those are chemical that can lead to weaken your immune.
Yes. Yeah.
So more easy from there, and then our body is one unit. So if one thing is not good, it's linked to a lot of things. So that when you got one healthy mind, then it can connect to the whole thing.
Yeah. So we often hear stories about how people do okay during the stressful time, and once that event, kind of cease, then they become sick with cold and flu, right? That it's like the adrenaline got them through the stressful time, and then when they got over that stressful event, they started to get sick with cold and flu symptoms, or bronchitis or pneumonia afterwards. And it's because of that stress hormones weakening our immune system. Yes. And then we get sick with infection. But not only that, we won't get sick with infection, we hear stories about people developing cancer as well, because our immune system is a very important system. It is our defense mechanism. So it helps us to fight off infection, even allergies. The immune system plays a very important role in fighting off allergens and fighting off cancer. So when we are in the stressful situation, the stress hormones, the fight or flight reaction will weaken our immune system, and therefore doing the mindfulness practice day in, day out is going to balance that, right? Because it activates the parasympathetic nervous activity, right? And then that kind of balance things out and boost the immune system. We know that when we do the deep breathing practice during mindfulness meditation, that actual vagus nerve stimulation stimulates the nervous system in the gut. So not only it improves the microbiome in the gut, it improves the immune cell function as well. But we talk about the healthy mind and the immune system today. So talking about how mindfulness affects the brain, right? It helps the brain to be healthier. But the research also shows that when we do mindfulness practice, we activate the centers in our brain, like the hypothalamus and the prefrontal cortex, to produce more happy hormones like dopamine and serotonin and endorphins and enkephalins. So when we do the deep breathing practice and practice mindfulness, the prefrontal cortex, especially our left side, prefrontal, no, not actually frontal cortex, our left frontal cortex will go through changes, biochemical changes, and that release, more of these feel-good hormones. And those hormones actually help to boost the immunity as well. They have a study looking at the amount of antibodies produced after vaccines in meditators and non-meditators. So they find out that after the vaccines being given, the meditators produce higher level of antibodies. So that's proven by research. Yeah. So that's why, and if our immune system is strong, then, our overall health is strong. Yeah, I keep telling my my patients that if we know what are important for our health, then we know how to go about making our health better. So I tell my patient, imagine our health is a four-legged stool. If one or more legs are weak or broken, the stool cannot stand strong, right? It will fall apart. So what are the four legs that we need to keep, very strong and healthy? One is nutrition. Yeah, eat healthy, and also not only eat healthy, also avoid the things that your body cannot tolerate, because even some of the healthy food you may not be able to tolerate genetically and also through your lifestyle. That if you develop leaky gut, that will lead to acquired sensitivity to healthy foods also. And then the second thing that we need to keep healthy is the immune system, right? Very important. And then the third one we touch a little bit as I just talked is the hormonal system. So stress hormones, right? And feel good hormones. If the balance is off, too much stress hormones, the immune system goes down. So if your hormone system is not balanced, it affects your immune system too, right? So the hormone system, and then the last one is the neural system, right? Nervous system, including our brain health. So our brain health is the nervous system. So if the nervous system is not healthy, then it breaks down the hormone system, right? Stress breaks down the hormone system, and it breaks down the immune system. But the immune system gets hit twice, right? It gets hit by the nervous system not being healthy, and it got hit by the hormone system. So then it get really, really weak, right? So that even if you eat healthy and you avoid all the food that can cause inflammation. But if these three systems are affected, then you're not going to be healthy. You're not going to be healthy. But they have studies showing that people who don't eat healthy, but they have good, the first thing, the good nervous system, their mind. So this is proven by research too. So people who don't have money to eat healthy, right? So low income people, but they're happy all the time.
Yeah.
They're happy all
So
the
that
time.
still control everything.
Yeah, that controls the hormone system and the immune system. So the effect of the nutritional system tend to be, less compared to the people who eat healthy but have these three being broken. Yeah, but having said that, it doesn't mean that you can eat unhealthily. So, yeah. So through the practice of mindfulness, we can build up a healthy mind, through the frontal cortex and the hypothalamus. But they also shows that the amygdala center in our brain stem is the center for the fight or flight reaction. So when you do mindfulness meditation, you kind of inhibit or deactivate that center. Make it calm down too. So mindfulness meditation has been studied a lot, and it is backed by really, really good, strong research evidence that show that if we practice it, we get a lot of benefits to our health. And people think it's difficult, but I think it can be difficult, it can be easy. It depends on how you see it. Yeah. Yeah, how much you want to do it. Yeah, but it's very, very powerful tool. Yeah. And if you believe in the research and you put in the practice on the daily basis, that you will see results. Yeah, like on Thursday I saw a patient back, and she was very, very sick. Has a lot of issues, stress, poor immunity, getting sick all the time, hugely inflamed, right? The inflammatory burden is so big, proven by blood tests too. And she just couldn't tolerate the traditional medicine because we know most of the traditional medicine that we use to treat autoimmune and inflammatory disorders, they weaken the immune system. So she just got sicker with infection whenever she tried a traditional medicine to treat her autoimmune disease. So in the end, we decided to take her off all meds, and I just encouraged her to focus on her diet and relieving stress. Stress was the biggest factor. I think the stress that led in a lot of people, stress was what lead to hormonal imbalance, immunity being weakened, and then when people are stressed, they don't eat well. They they don't have the energy to focus on eating well. They tend to grab fast food and or comfort food, which just compound on the overall problem. But after trying so many things and hoping that the medication can help her, she saw that nothing, until she changed everything, nothing will change. And so she did, and for 6 months, slowly and steadily, she made changes and learning how to say no to the people who were demanding of her, say no to that. And she's getting better. She told me, I'm having more good days than bad days. More good days now. Still have bad days, but I'm able to have more good days. And she's more functional without any medication from me whatsoever. And her husband was so glad. Her husband was telling me that one day he came home from work and he saw that she did the dishes, she cleaned the house, and vacuuming, and so literally their lives together is changing, and her life is changing. And it's because she started to do the deep breathing and thinking about things, and reducing stress, learning how to say no. So that's very good. I just realized that I forgot to turn on that light, so I'll turn on that light, and we I think we which light is that? I don't do this. How tend to do this? So maybe it's there. So maybe it's here. I don't know. Oh, there. So hopefully the recording will be a little bit better. So with that, knowing the benefit of mindfulness meditation on our immune system, I would encourage everybody to, take advantage of this medical tool that Harvard is calling, and practice it every day. So I'm going to start a session today, guiding you into a mindfulness meditation practice, and hopefully we can do it for about half an hour. So Judy, you are very, very familiar with this technique by now, but for those who are watching us, and especially for whoever is new on YouTube, we use a breath work as a basic tool to focus our mind and to calm our mind down. So let's take a comfortable position. So you want to assume a position where you don't get distracted by the discomfort during the practice. So you can sit, lay, walk, or stand, and start taking a few deep breaths in and out. And the slower your breaths, the better it is for you. And you breathe like you are really enjoying this breath. You're really enjoying taking in this air. And you are in the present moment with this breath. And as you breathe in and out, just pay attention to your breaths and make sure that your out breath is longer than the in breath. And the reason I encourage this breathing technique is because the longer the out breath, the longer the vagus nerve stimulation is going to be. So, and with a few deep breaths in and out, you will start feeling that your body start to relax. And you may feel like you want to close your eyes. For some of us, we may want to open the eyes. I have a patient who told me that she cannot meditate with the eyes closed. So she opened her eyes and focused on something ahead of her. Breathing in, we know we are breathing in slowly and deeply. And breathing out, we know we're breathing out purposefully and slowly. And today, as we do the deep breath in and out, I would invite you to focus on your frontal cortex. That's the front part of your brain, right here, behind your forehead. And I'd like you to imagine how this air that you breathe in slowly, as it travels in through your nose, down to the lungs, get absorbed through the lung tissues, the lung membranes, into your bloodstream. And how that oxygen from the air travel, being carried in your red cells throughout your vascular system. So as you take deep breaths in and out, just imagine you are with your red cells in the present moment, carrying the oxygen from the air through the vascular system to your organs, your heart, your gut, your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, your adrenals, even your sex organs like the ovaries, the testes. It goes everywhere. And most importantly, to the brain. So in this practice, you take a journey within yourself, accompanied by the oxygen and the red cells. And imagine you are an observer. Imagine you ride these red cells and you see for yourself as it travels through your circulation. Imagine what you see when you get to your gut. Some of us may experience GI symptoms on a daily basis. And now that you focus on your gut and become an observer of that, you have a clearer views of what your gut health is like. Then you may ask, why is it that I have constipation or diarrhea or feeling of bloatedness or cramps or pain? What do these symptoms tell you? Deep breaths in and out. Or imagine you as you ride these red cells to go to your heart. And for those of you who have coronary heart disease, you may find it difficult to get through the coronary arteries. Imagine that you are the red cell trying to get through the blockages in your blood vessels. And you may ask yourself, why? Why do I have these blockages? What can I do? Now imagine you are now traveling to your liver. As you ride these red cells and be the observer, seeing what's going on your liver. A lot of the people in our country nowadays have fatty liver. So as you ride the red cells through the circulation system, entering the liver, you may see fat deposits throughout the liver. And your liver cells are struggling. They are being squeezed by the fat deposits. They're almost like being choked. They can't breathe. Now your liver cells cannot function in this environment. Just know that when you do this practice, you bring oxygen to your liver, delivered by the red cells, enabling their liver cells to function better. But when you become the observer of your liver and you see the problem, and you ask yourself, why? Why do I have the fatty deposits in my liver? What can I do to help my liver? And as we take deep breaths in and out, right now in the present moment, we know we're doing our part to help the liver to detox. Now, let's take a journey right in our red cells to the kidneys. What do we see in our kidneys? As we take deep breaths in and out, staying in the present moment, and paying attention to our kidneys, we are suddenly reminded that we may have forgotten to take care of our kidneys when we forget to drink water. And for those of us who have abnormal kidney function with elevated creatinine, we may ask ourselves, why is it that I was born with a healthy pair of kidneys, but now my kidneys are suffering? And what can I do to enable my kidneys to be healthier? And in this moment, we are more aware of our influence on our health. And we see clearly that we are in control of our health. and that we can do a lot to make our organs better. Besides nutrients and water, what do our kidneys need? Deep breaths in and out. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you breathe out longer than you breathe in. Now, as we are observing our kidneys, let's travel to the adrenal glands that sit above the kidneys, on top of the kidneys. Do we know how healthy our adrenal glands are? As we now focus in on our adrenal glands, we may realize that we don't pay much attention to these glands. They tend to be forgotten. But these glands, they are so important to us. And the one factor that affects the adrenal glands the most is stress. And almost all of us have ongoing daily stress. Stress at various levels. The stress makes adrenal gland work so hard to respond to that stress. But what we don't realize is that chronic stress on the adrenal glands can lead to burnout. And when the adrenal glands got burned out, they stop producing hormones for us. And then we are in trouble. So how do we take care of our adrenal glands? This practice of deep breathing in and out and staying in the present moment with mindfulness is a great tool, great asset that we have to help our adrenal glands to recover. It allows the adrenal glands to rest, to start to rejuvenate, be healthy, and start to produce healthy hormones again. Take deep breaths in and out. And let's ride our red cells and continue this journey of observation to the gut again, where most of our immune system resides. Let's go and see how our immune cells and lymph nodes, the Peyer's patches in the guts, are doing. Are they healthy or are they struggling? Now, those of us who have GI symptoms, there must be something wrong there. It could be that you have too much bad bacteria in your gut. It could be that you have too much candida in the gut, which is a fungus. It could be that you eat too many food that disrupts your gut, and your gut is trying to fight it. And your immune cells in the gut are constantly fighting off these things. And like the adrenal glands, after a long period of trying to fight so hard, your immune system gets tired, gets burned out. All of those immune cells would die off, go into battle, and your body can be so weak it cannot produce more healthy soldiers. What can we do to help our immune system to recover? We can do a lot. We can stop taking in the food that we cannot tolerate. We can help ourselves to build up the healthy microbiome so we can fight off bad organisms. We can eat healthy food that have the ability to help us fight infection. We can do a lot to help our gut to digest food and absorb nutrients so they can feed the immune cells. Deep breaths in and out. Now I invite you to ride those red cells on this journey through the circulation up to your brain, back to your forehead where the frontal cortex is. So by now, we have practiced mindfulness meditation with deep breathing for about 25 minutes or so. Imagine you are seeing the changes happening in your frontal cortex. Imagine your brain cells feeling happier and stronger. As the result of this practice. Because naturally you are now having higher level of dopamine and endorphins. Those happy hormones that allow our brain cells to be healthy and happy. And we feel the gratitude of this practice. We're also grateful for the way God makes our bodies. The way that we are in one with nature. And how the simple practice of taking in oxygen through deep and slow breaths allow our bodies to heal. For the next 5 minutes or so, I will invite you to practice on your own in silence. with the next few breaths, I invite you to slowly open your eyes and return to this space. You can move your hands and feet if you want to. So, half an hour, I think a little bit more than half an hour. It's gone by quite fast for me. I don't know how about you, Judy? Yeah? Yeah. So I always feel good when I do, a sit-down practice session. I know mindfulness meditation is a skill that we should apply in our daily lives, and it doesn't matter what position you are in, so you can be aware of your presence, be aware of your senses and your surrounding in the present moment. But it's hard to do when you're rushing around. Yes, yeah. So let's we'll do a few stretching movement, and then we'll walk a few circles, do a walking meditation too. So let's take a deep breath in and stretch our arms up, and then bend down and try and touch our toes. Stretch our lower back and hold it for a couple of seconds, and then just slowly take deep breath in and go back up and breathe out and relax. And a few more times like that. Deep breath in and breathe out. And then deep breath in and breathe out. Again, deep breath in and breathe out. Bend down and touch your toes. And breathe in, go all the way back up. And breathe out. And then we'll do a few twists. So I like to just, you can cross your leg or you can put your legs together like this. So we take deep breath in with the arms up and breathe out. Twist to the side and breathe out like that. And then deep breath in, hold it, and take deep breath in and breathe out. And then deep breath in, bring your arms back up and breathe out, arms down. Again, deep breath in, arms up, breathe out, twist to the left. Take deep breath in, breathe out. Breathe in, bring your arms up, turn to the front and breathe out. Bring your arms down. A few more times like that. Okay, deep breath in. Breathe in, breathe out, twist to the right. Breathe in, hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in, bring your arms back up and turn to the front. Breathe out, arms down. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, twist to the left. Hold it and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, bring your arms back up and turn to the front. And breathe out. And one more cycle. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, twist to the right. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, bring your arms back up and turn to the front. And breathe out. Last time, twist into the left. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, twist to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, arms up. Twist, turn to the front. And breathe out. Okay. So let's stand up. Put this here for now. So let's do a few circles of walking meditation. Get our legs all stretched out. Again, you can do whatever meditation you want to do in this walking meditation. You can do a gratitude meditation or self-love meditation, compassion meditation, whichever, but also pay attention to your breath and your body posture, your senses as well. Okay, let's start. Do one more circle. Okay. All right, we just have a little bit of a talk and then we end. So, how was your practice, Judy, today? It was good? Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah.
Always lazy at home.
So,
Not much.
yeah.
Here and there, but not too much.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
really appreciate. So far, I have a lot of
Yeah.
like here right now, out there,
Yes. Yeah.
and then knowing this practice is helping.
Yeah.
I think I gained a lot of benefit from a lot of things.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having the session.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
lucky to live too close by, so if it's too far,
Yeah.
then I might be not able to do it every week.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. I think it's difficult for people to come here because it's quite far from where we are. Most of my patients are on the north side and we are on the south side. So
Robert,
yeah.
home to fix the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He meet me like about 2 weeks ago, and
Who?
he said, Robert.
Oh, Robert. Yes. Yeah.
He lives in Greenwood.
Oh, yeah.
So he said he want to, but it's like
Too far.
and
Yeah.
the gas for him, and he got a big truck, so
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of like expensive.
Yeah. Yes. Invite him to watch
I told him
YouTube and practice at night.
You do at YouTube.
Yeah.
Same time, or
Yeah. 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 It's good, but yeah, I
people say it's too far.
yeah. Yeah. But that's why I do the recording, and hopefully people can make use of the recording and practice along as well, because I know there's benefits to the practice for sure, proven by research. It's not a religious practice. Some people think it's religious practice, but it's not.
If you run into religious, it's different than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Topic for yes, maybe almost the same, but
yeah.
Talk about medical field, just like
yeah.
medical
related,
and then nervous system and things like that. Yeah. So that's nothing about religious about that part. So
yeah.
no science.
Yes. But for me, my own practice, it teaches me a lot. It gives me tolerance, resilience, an acceptance, I think, you know, because it makes me think a lot, especially when I have challenging things happening in my life. You know, it's easy when things are easy, you know, no problems whatsoever. But when we encounter some, you know, something in the life stressful or something that really make your mind work, something that require you to make difficult decisions. In those moments, mindfulness really helped me to arrive to the right decision, which I believe is a good decision. You know, because it's easy to be pulled into the normal life reaction, human reaction. But if we have the skill,
float with the stream.
Yeah.
Like, just like that.
Yes. Yeah.
You can flow the stream easier.
Yeah.
And if you have mindful
Right.
thinking, you might be against that.
Yeah.
You might be go in a different direction.
Yes.
Or, you know, react in a different way.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
have that. Those moments that I use my meditation to think that way too.
Yeah.
To decide certain thing that we need to decide.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you become the observer and you really live in the present moment with all your thoughts. And you sit there and observe, trying to analyze. Yeah.
Decide what to do is the
Yeah.
right way.
Right. Yeah. So, but that's what I find very helpful. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope we will continue to this journey of practicing mindfulness meditation, not just for helping ourselves, but helping people around us to live a more peaceful, less stressed life, and healthier life too. So with that, I wish everybody a very happy weekend. It's not sunny out, but it seems very tranquil to me. Yes, yeah, it's not very. The sun is trying to come out there, but I hope everybody have a very nice weekend, doing things that you enjoy, feeling peaceful, feeling loved, and feeling very happy. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So today I have the job of turning it off, so I will go and turn it off. Okay, let's see. I think recording stopped streaming.